You'll hear how recent studies have highlighted concerns about whether patients experience kindness in healthcare. How can healthcare providers make sure that their patients are being treated with basic courtesy and compassion? That's coming up on Humankind this evening from 9 to 10, right here on WAMU 88.5. Temperatures cooling down into the 30s this evening. More sunshine is on the way tomorrow, with highs in the 30s, cooling down into the 20s on Hump Day. It's 3:44.
I spoke with my colleagues, Maggie Haberman and Mike Schmidt, about their investigation into what John Bolton knew about the Ukraine episode at the center of the impeachment.
Brand new reaction this morning from a bombshell New York Times report on John Bolton's upcoming book.
A trial that seemed to be on a steady and speedy path to certain acquittal has been hit by a seismic shock.
Startling new report could upend the impeachment trial, according to the New York Times.
So what did you learn was actually in this book?
The biggest thing that is in there is that Bolton writes about a conversation that he claims to have had with President Trump in August of 2019, where he pushed the issue of this withheld military aid with the president, and the president suggested he didn't want to end the aid freeze until Ukraine turned over materials that he wanted in connection with investigations into Democrats who he thought had harmed him in 2016.
So Bolton is having a conversation, he recounts in this book, with President Trump, in which Bolton says, "Hey, Mr. President, I want to talk about this financial freeze on military aid to Ukraine," presumably in the context of Bolton wanting to end it.
Bolton pushed this conversation with the president because he, along with the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense, had been trying to get the president for weeks to end the freeze and turn the aid over, arguing that it was necessary for Ukraine to defend itself against Russia. And so Bolton raised this issue to test where the president was. And the president met him back by saying he didn't want to end this freeze until materials that he wanted were turned over in relation to investigations into Democrats he